Everybody knows.
Here come Granny.
Yeah, everybody
Come on, Annie.
knows.
Come on.
And I can feel your body shaking every single touch. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. I find it so hard being addicted to your
Go ahead, take to the shade.
I find it so hard being addicted to your touch. I find it so hard knowing that you are just my drug. And I find it so hard knowing you treated me like a mom.
Ladies, gents, whoever, stay strong.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, this is Life of Toy, and I'm Toy, and behind me is the light. So I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a Jehovah's Witness, I'm a security officer, I'm a caretaker, I am a YouTuber, I'm a vegetarian, and I homeschool. So if any of those things seem interesting to you, then please stay tuned to this channel. We do family content here, and this camera is not trying to work well with me, so bear with me. So I'm gonna try to make this pretty brief. It's really a video with only two goals. The first one is I want to give you guys some great news that I have. So as of Wednesday, guys, I will no longer be a security officer. I put in my 2 weeks notice, and remember that I was telling you guys I was trying to be a caretaker for my mom. Well, thanks to Jehovah, it all worked out, and so I will be starting that new job on Wednesday. So I will be a full-time caretaker, a home health care aide, and I look forward to it, guys. I'll definitely be able to do more content because I'll be working for my mom, and I'll have more downtime. I could probably tell you guys how it is being a caretaker if that's something you are interested in maybe pursuing about that. But that's the good news. On the other side, for many of you who've been down with this channel from day one, you guys know before it was Life of Toy, it was Story Toy. And so today I'm going to give you guys a short story. This happened to me a couple of weeks ago, but I'm just sharing it today. Actually, it's something that actually sparked this in me to share. Was that I was watching a YouTuber called Tori, and we've done a collab before. So if you haven't watched that, go through my channel and you'll see that me and her have been down with each other for a very long time, and she kind of gave a brief story time about a car accident, and it kind of sparked a fire in me that I have so many stories to share with you guys that I haven't. So this happened in Walmart, and I don't mean to sound what's the word, bias, or to basically put one group in a category or anything like that, but it is what it is. I don't have this issue when I go to Whole Foods. I don't have this issue when I go to Terrace, what is it called? Terrace and Teeters, or whatever it's called, but I don't have this type of issue. So the plus size about going to somewhere that food is cheaper, you know, you have variety of things. I mean, everybody knows Walmart is where the discounts are, the discounts. So who doesn't go to Walmart, you know what I'm saying? But we've been going there to go grocery shopping for the past couple of years, and I haven't had this specific issue. I have had bad customer service before, but this trumped it. So let's get into the story time, right? All right, so what happened is I was in line. I always do this. So I'll put one of those line things that separate, you know, from one customer to the next in between my food, and I'll put the most important things first and the things that I'm not sure I'll be able to purchase behind it. And as the cashier gets to that area, then I'll let them know out of those items that are behind the divider what I'm able to afford. Who else does that? Like, I know it's probably annoying to a cashier, and trust, I'm speaking from experience because I used to be a cashier, and I actually worked at Giant for a year. It was one of my first serious jobs. So I do know it can be annoying, right? But I mean, no matter what I do, even when I use my calculator, even when I think I'm budgeting perfectly, I always go a tad bit over my limit. And if I can't afford it, then, I mean, what do you want me to do? You want me to take it and just run? Is that what you want me to do? You want me to run? So, okay, so when I approached the cashier, I already knew she was in a bad space because she didn't say hello back to me. And she didn't even ask me if I wanted bags, which in DC we do pay, they charge us for bags. She didn't ask me if I wanted bags. She just started bagging my stuff up. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. I wasn't tripping off of not getting a hello. Then I noticed that when I explained to her the things after the divider, I'm not sure if I'm purchasing those things, her response was nothing. So I repeated it. And I was like, did you hear me? And she was like, yeah, kind of like that. So I could already tell that she was in a bad space. Then another red flag was the fact that my husband, who was with me, paid the woman and gave the money in her hand. But when she gave us back the change, she set it on the table. Like basically where you would swipe your card, she set the money there instead of putting it back in our hand. That's just plain rude. But, you know, I still, at this point, I still was just like, okay, she just doesn't have good customer service. No big deal, you know? So I explained to her I wasn't able to get the items behind the divider. Coincidentally, my mom was in line behind me. So her response to me was, well, I don't have space to put the stuff over here, so you're going to have to put it in the shop back carts. She didn't ask me, but she told me to do it. I'm still at this point like, okay, fine, whatever. So I lift as much as I can, but the one thing I can't fit in my hand is paper towels. It's a huge thing of paper towels, so it just doesn't fit in my hand, but I'm gonna come back for it. So I put the stuff to the side, and as I come back to approach the register to get the paper towels, I notice she already rings it up with my mom's stuff. So I stop her and I say, oh, no, that was mine. That wasn't hers. So my mother is completely confused because my mama always confused, but but yeah, so my mom is like, I didn't pick up those paper towels. So I was like, I know those were mine. And so she's like, no, I didn't charge you for those paper towels. And I was like, I know, it was a part of the stuff that was behind the divider. And she was like, yeah, but I didn't never charge it. And I was like, I know. That's what I'm saying, is this is the stuff that I was not going to get. It was a part of that. So she's like, well, then when you moved the rest of the stuff, why didn't you move that? And I was like, because I couldn't fit it in my arm, but that's why I came back to remove it. So my mother was like, oh, I get it. So I was like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain. I kind of said it like that. And I guess that really irked her. It's funny how you can give a person 1,001 attitudes, but as soon as they give you an attitude back, then it irks you. So after that, her attitude went from here to here. So she was like, well, maybe you were trying to explain it, but she was like, I didn't get what you were saying. And she was like, all I know is I didn't charge you for it. So I was like, well, that's why I was trying to explain to you. I just didn't want you to charge my mother for something that didn't belong to her. So she was like, well, you should have made it clear. She was like, because it ain't no trying to explain something. It's either you explain it or you don't. I nicely told her, I said, you're giving me a lot of attitude. I said, and I haven't given you any attitude yet. I said, I'm not understanding why you're so aggressively angry, but yet you're supposed to be the one that's supposed to be displaying good customer service. I said, this is your job. It's not my job. So even if I did give you attitude, I'm the customer. The professional thing to do is for you to just do your job. If, you know what I'm saying, if something I said or whatever else offended you, you still just do your job and you still demonstrate a professionalism. So her reply to me was, it doesn't matter if I gave her attitude or not. I said what I said, if she said what she said, and if I have a problem with it, that's a me problem. It's not a her problem. And that's something I need to work out with myself. At that point, we kind of went back and forth, and I just stopped the conversation. I said, you know what? You're not going to ruin my day. I said, but I will talk to your manager. And so I asked, I said, as a matter of fact, can you please call your manager to come here? So she was like, you can walk over there. She was like, I'm not calling my manager. She was like, but you can sure go over there. She was like, you think I care? And then she told me, if you want to know my name, she pointed at her name tag and said, here it is right here. Do you need me to spell it and take a picture of it for you? So I did wind up finding a supervisor, and I talked to the supervisor, and she assured me that this is not a behavior they condone, and she will talk with the cashier after her shift. I truly feel like she probably didn't talk to her, because as I was talking or expressing the situation to her, she kind of had a look as if she didn't care much. And it's sad, and it's a very sad situation, because a lot of times you go in, I want to say predominantly poor neighborhoods, you might find certain things that are catered to our culture, to our financial state. And Walmart is such, I want to say, a blessing for District of Columbia, because we didn't have a Walmart for so long. And so we had no choice but to go to expensive grocery stores. We now have a Walmart, we have an Aldies. These things are wonderful, but I feel like the standard of customer service is so poor. And I don't know if it has something to do with just in general, they don't pay as much as places like Whole Foods and things like that, so their standard for their employees are lower. I don't know what it is, but recently I went back to Walmart because I still needed discounts, so that wasn't going to deteriorate me from going. So when I went back, I saw the same lady, and she still looked like with a nasty face, just blunt and just irritated and just unhappy. I think just personally, she doesn't have good customer service, and she's just not a people's person. And that's fine, but they need to take her off of a register. There's so many different jobs that you can do in Walmart. Maybe she can be a stalker, or maybe she can, I don't know, find something for the child to do. But having her on the register is not going to work, because you're not going to always find somebody like me who can just brush the dust off. But I am proud of myself, guys. I just went to a convention entitled Pursue Peace. And I have my moments where I can jump from 1 to 10 really quickly. I can be as sweet as pie, but I am imperfect. And inside of me, I was seeing red, but I didn't act on it. And it's not because I was scared. It's not because I felt threatened. It literally had nothing to do with that. It's the fact that I've been working on me, and I've been working on not returning evil for evil. So when I'm faced in situations like that, and I am actually putting to use the things that I'm learning about maintaining my peace, maintaining kind to people, even when they're not showing kindness to me, it makes me feel better, and it leaves me less stressed. If I would have basically, I want to say, reached the level of ignorance that she had, I would have felt bad afterwards, and it probably would have ruined my day. But when you basically don't allow someone to alter your day, or don't even give someone the time of day or your energy, it just makes you feel better. It relieves you from stress. So I felt good about the way I handled it. Maybe about a year ago, I probably wouldn't have handled it like that. But I just want to share that story time with you guys. You guys tell me, do you feel like places in poor neighborhoods, or places that provide discounted prices, that they have worse customer service opposed to places that charge more or are more higher standard? What are your feelings about that? Do you feel like urban neighborhoods have bad customer service? Also, too, I have another question, which is, do you feel like the comment I made, that would have been aggressive, because I had always questioned myself too after this incident happened, that maybe sometimes things I say, I want to say, provoke a person, and I don't even realize it, because my reply to her was, "That's what I was trying to tell you," and I kind of said it just like that. So maybe I shouldn't have responded like that. What do you guys feel? Do you feel like maybe I'm at fault for responding like that? And be honest, be bluntly honest, which you guys are always famous for doing. So yeah, that's been my story time, guys. So ladies, gents, whoever, stay strong.